What if I told you some families haven't stepped foot in a grocery store for months? Not because they can't, but because they don't need to. Down in their cellars, stacked on old wooden shelves, are jars. Hundreds, maybe thousands. And they'll feed a whole family through winter, storm, or blackout. This ain't prepping. This is the Amish way. They don't just get food. They build survival. One jar at a time. Walk into an Amish cellar. First thing you'll feel? The chill. Not from the cold, from the calm. There's no hum of freezers, no buzz of machines, just rows and rows of glistening glass jars. And inside each one, time preserved, memories, meals, security. You see, the Amish, they don't wait for winter to start thinking about food. Nah, they plan ahead, months ahead, sometimes years. While the rest of the world stocks up on packaged noodles or frozen pizzas, the Amish are sealing root vegetables inside boiling jars in July heat. Why? Because they know something we forgot. Food shouldn't depend on electricity. Root veggies, they go in jars and stay there for years. Carrots, potatoes, beets. Sounds basic, right? But here's the deal. These aren't your supermarket, plastic-wrapped, barcode veggies. These are pulled from dark, rich soil, scrubbed by hand, trimmed and trimmed again, then boiled, sealed, stored. No factory preservatives, no numbers on labels, just salt, water, and generations of know-how. You ever tasted a beet pulled from a 5-year-old jar that still crunches just right? Probably not. But in Amish homes, it's normal. Expected even. See, their food isn't made for flavor bombs. It's made to last, to nourish. They know when to harvest, how to store, where to stack, and more importantly, when to leave it alone. Meat in a jar? Sound wild, but works. Most folks gag at the idea. Canned meat? EW. But don't be so quick. What if I told you a jar of Amish chicken can sit in a cellar for 8 to 10 years and still taste like grandma made it yesterday? No joke, no fridge, just shelf space. Beef, pork, even venison. They don't waste. They don't freeze. They pressure can. It's old school. Real hot steam. Real heavy lids. And once that jar's sealed, time just stops. They don't add MSG or weird fillers. Just a dash of salt. Maybe some homemade broth. That's it. You open one of those jars in February snowstorm, you're not just eating, you're surviving. That's power in a jar. Fruits and jams, because even survival should taste sweet. Not everything is serious and salty. There's sweetness too. Orchard peaches, blackberries from wild hedgerows, strawberries handpicked by kids in bare feet. Yeah, the Amish know how to enjoy the good stuff too. They make jams that'll sit on a shelf for 10 years and still make your mouth water. No corn syrup, no fake dye, just real fruit, boiled down, set with homemade pectin or natural sugars. Sealed tight. You walk into an Amish pantry in January, it's cold, but on that top shelf, way in the back, there's summer. In a jar, you crack open that seal and there it is. Sunshine and berry juice. Their version of dessert. Honest, simple, timeless. Beans, just beans, but they save lives. Most people don't get excited about beans. The Amish do. They know what a jar of navy beans means when money runs low, or the snow won't stop, or the crops don't come in. Each jar, cooked once, sealed forever. It's not pretty, but it fills your belly. It's not trendy, but it saves you when there's nothing else. It ain't about being fancy. It's about being fed. That's the Amish way. Quiet meals, long winters, full shelves. They don't get food just to eat it. They do it to protect their families. They do it so they never have to rely on a store, or a truck, or electricity. They do it because in their world, food isn't disposable. It's sacred. And maybe, just maybe, we've got something to learn from that. Shelf life measured in seasons, not seconds. We live in a world of timestamps. Best Buy expires on. We toss milk if it's the day over, bread if it smells a little off. But in Amish homes, the shelves don't follow supermarket rules. There's no panic over expiration dates. Just trust in the process, in the jars, in the silence between boiling water and glass lids popping shut. They don't label everything. Sometimes the year's scribbled in pencil on the lid. That's it. No logos, no loud packaging, just jars lined up like soldiers. They've lasted this long without a barcode, and they'll outlast your fridge. It's not just food, it's a plan. Some families have over 800 jars stored at a time. Imagine that. Every meal accounted for, every jar placed with care. One shelf might hold soups, another sauces, another vegetables for stew. It's like a living library, except instead of stories, it's food. You walk through, and you can tell when the tomatoes were ripe, when the beans were harvested. You can feel the rhythm of a year. And it ain't just women doing it either. Husbands help with lifting. Kids wash jars. Grandparents watch over with quiet wisdom. Everyone knows what that one wrong step in the process could cost. One bad seal, one missed bubble in the jar, and the food's gone. Spoiled, wasted. So they pay attention. They respect the food, the process, each other. When the world shuts down, the cellar opens. Think about it. When storms knock out power, when the roads freeze over, when supply chains break and store shelves go empty, what happens in an Amish home? Nothing. Not really. They just walk downstairs. One twist of a lid, and dinner's ready. They don't need emergency alerts or last-minute panic buying. They've been prepping all along. Quietly. Faithfully. No social media posts. No YouTube tutorials. Just tradition. Their jars aren't just food. They're confidence. Security. A form of wealth that can't crash or expire. The old ways still work. Maybe better than ever. We chase speed, convenience, fast shipping, instant meals. But fast food disappears fast. Amish food doesn't. It lingers, waits, holds steady, like it knows you'll need it when the world forgets how to grow things. Their methods? Not fancy, not shiny, but they work. Been working for centuries. And in a world where most people don't know how to cook without a microwave, the Amish are building slow-cooked futures, one jar at a time. And maybe, just maybe, it's time we paid attention. Even the air down there smells like survival. Walk into that cellar again. Just breathe. The air hits different. Damp, earthy, a little sharp, maybe. Smells like onions, metal lids, old wooden shelves. But underneath that, there's comfort. Smells like safety. Like someone cared enough to think about winter while it was still summer. You won't hear humming appliances or blinking LEDs. Just your footsteps, maybe a soft drip from a pipe. You stand still for a second, and you can hear your own breath. And if you listen real close, you can almost hear the clink of jars from 100 years ago. 'Cause nothing's changed. Not really. Same pickling, same boiling, same stubborn wisdom passed down from grandma to mother to daughter. Over and over. Canning isn't just food prep, it's resistance. You think this is just about food? Nah, it's deeper. It's rebellion. Quiet rebellion. Against waste. Against chaos. Against that modern panic of, what if the power goes out? The Amish? They ain't worried. They got beans for months. Broth. Tomatoes. Corn. Even pie filling. Apple butter that'll still taste like October, 3 winters from now. Every jar they stack is a middle finger to a world that says, you need us. Because they don't. They don't need DoorDash, or deep freezers, or even grocery stores. Their pantry is their insurance plan, their comfort, their inheritance. Kids grow up knowing what a full shelf means. Little ones help too. You'll see them barefoot and giggling, washing green beans in big basins. drying lids with worn towels, lining jars up in crooked little rows, proud like they built something. And in a way, they did. See, they're learning early. That food don't come from apps. That it takes time, patience, work. A jar on a shelf isn't just dinner. It's discipline. It's family history. It's a promise kept. By the time they hit 10, they can seal a jar better than most adults. By 15, they know which apples are best for sauce and which hold up in a pie. That kind of knowledge? Can't buy it. Can't Google it either. You have to live it. You won't find expiry dates here. Just trust. Nothing lasts forever, they say. But some jars come close. No mold, no rot, no weird smells. Just food, honest and untouched. A piece of summer preserve in glass. Could be 5 years old, could be 10, but if it was done right, it'll still feed you like it was canned yesterday. And that's the secret. They do it right. No cutting corners. No good enough. No skipping steps cause it's easier. They trust the process, and the process rewards them. You pull down a jar, blow off the dust, pop the lid. That soft hiss, that's proof. That vacuum-sealed kiss of time saying, yeah, this one's still good. One jar, one meal, one more day safe. This isn't prepping. This isn't panic food. This is just life. The way it used to be, the way it could be again. And maybe somewhere deep inside we want that too. Not the churn of modern living, but something quiet, slower, safer. A cellar full of jars isn't just a backup plan. It's a message that when the world moves too fast, we don't have to. We can go back, learn again, boil, seal, store, and trust that some things, when done right, just don't expire. In a world that forgets faster than it remembers, the Amish still remember how to feed themselves, how to prepare, how to trust slow things. These jars, they ain't just food. They're stories sealed in glass. Maybe it's time we slowed down too. Took a jar, took a breath, and remembered how to live. Simple, steady, full.